What if I told you that the man who gave us Mickey Mouse was an FBI informant who helped blacklist his own employees? Walt Disney. The name itself feels like magic. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella, Peter Pan, Disneyland, the man who revolutionized animation and built an empire that defined what childhood means for millions around the world. But behind that warm smile and those twinkling theme park castles lies a darker story. A story of secret FBI meetings, destroyed careers, and a paranoia that tore apart the very creative community Disney claimed to nurture. In May 1941, something happened that Walt Disney would never forgive. His animators went on strike. Over 200 artists walked off the job during the production of Dumbo, forming picket lines outside the Burbank studio that Disney had just built with the massive profits from Snow White. These weren't radicals or troublemakers. They were the very people who had made Disney's dreams real. Framed by painstaking frame, they wanted fair pay, on-screen credit for their work, and basic labor rights. Disney took it personally. He saw betrayal everywhere, and he would spend the next 25 years making sure no one ever challenged him again. The strike wasn't about politics. It was about money and dignity. Disney paid his animators better than most studios, but the system was brutally unfair. You could be sitting next to someone doing identical work and earning $20 a week more or less with no explanation. Senior animators got steam rooms, gymnasiums, and private offices. Everyone else got bare concrete buildings and surveillance. And while Walt Disney's name appeared on every film, the artists who actually drew every character, every background, every movement got nothing. No credit, no recognition. Just a paycheck that might disappear tomorrow for reasons you'd never understand. Art Babbitt, the animator who created Goofy, was one of Disney's highest paid employees. He had access to all the perks, but he couldn't ignore what he saw happening to his colleagues. When Babbitt joined the Screen Cartoonists Guild and started organizing workers, Disney fired him on May 27, 1941. The next day, the strike began. It lasted 5 weeks and changed everything. Disney never let it go. He became convinced that communists had orchestrated the whole thing. There's no evidence this was true. Historians who've studied the strike concluded it resulted from Disney's overbearing paternalism and insensitivity. But Disney didn't see it that way. He saw an enemy, and he found an ally in J. Edgar Hoover. From 1940 until his death in 1966, Walt Disney served as a secret informant for the FBI. His file contains 570 pages, many still blacked out for national security reasons. We know Disney met regularly with FBI agents, providing names of employees he suspected of communist sympathies. We know he volunteered Disneyland for FBI use however they found necessary. And we know that when the House Un-American Activities Committee launched its Hollywood witch hunt in 1947, Disney eagerly testified. On the stand, Disney blamed the 1941 strike on communist union leaders. He named the League of Women Voters as a communist front organization. Think about that. The League of Women Voters. He helped create the Hollywood Blacklist, a document that destroyed hundreds of careers. Actors, writers, directors, people who had committed no crime found themselves unemployable because their names appeared on a list or because they once worked with someone whose name appeared on a list. Studies show that even artists not directly blacklisted saw their employment chances drop 13% if they previously worked with someone who was named. The odds of finding work dropped 20% for actors who'd worked with blacklisted writers. The blacklist was enforced for over a decade. Disney didn't just cooperate with the FBI. He joined the Motion Picture Alliance for the Preservation of American Ideals, an organization historians describe as both anti-communist and anti-Semitic. Jewish animator Art Babbitt, the same man Disney had fired, claimed he'd seen Disney and his lawyer attending meetings of the German-American Bund, a pro-Nazi organization. In the late 30s, Disney also welcomed filmmaker Leni Riefenstahl, Adolf Hitler's favorite propagandist, Hollywood in 1938 to promote her film Olympia. He didn't cancel her invitation even after Kristallnacht, when Nazi paramilitaries destroyed Jewish businesses and synagogues across Germany. Disney biographer Neil Gabler, the first writer given unrestricted access to the Disney archives, concluded that Disney probably wasn't an anti-Semite in the conventional sense, but he willingly allied himself with people who were, and he never tried to distance himself from them. That choice defined his reputation. Then there are the films themselves. Early Disney cartoons featured disturbing stereotypes. The Three Little Pigs showed the big bad wolf disguised as a Jewish peddler. In the Opry House, Mickey Mouse dresses up and dances like a Hasidic Jew. And then there's Song of the South, Disney's 1946 film that romanticized plantation life so offensively that Disney himself later called it antiquated and fairly offensive. The company has never released it on home video and refuses to make it available on Disney+. When screenwriter Morris Rapp tried to make clear that the black characters were freed people, not slaves, Disney ignored him. So what do we do with this? Walt Disney genuinely revolutionized animation. He pioneered synchronized sound in cartoons, created the first feature-length animated film, and invented the modern theme park. Millions of children grew up on his stories. His company still shapes global entertainment. Those achievements are real, but so is the FBI file. So are the blacklisted careers. So are the artists who worked without credit in a culture of fear. So are the stereotypes embedded in films that still exist. History demands that we hold both truths at once. Walt Disney built a magic kingdom, and he built it on the broken careers of people who dared to ask for fairness. The question isn't whether Disney's work brought joy to the world. It absolutely did. The question is whether we're willing to remember what that joy cost.